pricing strategies. So, market penetration. You children. So, market penetration is essentially what Amazon do to destroy businesses. They penetrate the market with a low price point and then increase their prices once they have market dominance. Market penetration would basically be if I started undercutting everyone else, I created dominance within that market, then raised my prices. Market penetration, it'll attract a lot of interest, but it can also really demean the quality of your product. Economy pricing. Anyone got an idea what economy pricing would be? Cheap. Yeah, cheap and cheerful. Ellie, catch. Hey! So, economy pricing, this is your generic, your as the brand food. This is what economy pricing is. These are, by the way, basic pricing strategies. I'm not really going to reference too much about how they apply to your entertainment industry. So, economy pricing, the issue is with it, you have to be cheap and cheerful. You only have so many days in a year. Economy pricing really doesn't work for performers in general. No, premium pricing. Anyone got an idea? More expensive, yeah. So this is using perceived value to its extent. This is the juggler story of charging £10,000 for a shirt, and he is perceived as being better because he is charging so much more than everyone else. So premium pricing can be utilized to create this idea of, I'm better than everyone else just because I charge so much. You might get found out eventually that you're not, but premium pricing can create this air of perceived value. Also, if a lot of people do premium pricing within a group of people, say if you all set up a cartel to increase the price of jugglers slowly over the next 10 years, we create a premium price packet for jugglers, then all of a sudden the economy views jugglers as being a higher price point than aerialists. I'm not saying let's set up a cartel, but
if we were to set this cartel, which we're not, what price?
So, with premium pricing as well, you have to be able to support a premium price bracket. So with a premium price, you have to give a premium service. Now, if you think about this, if you walk into a Rolex store and you're offering to spend £20,000 on a watch, they are not going to just, oh, there they are, they're on the wall, mate, just go and have a look. They're going to really be tentative to you. They're going to really look after you. They're going to make you feel like you're the only person in the world. You need to give that sort of service with a premium pricing. You need to be creating that bespoke video for them. You need to be on your ass, creating new promo photos, perfect for their event. You need to be replying to every email instantly. You need to really offer a premium service to be able to offer a premium price point. You're sorted now. Right, okay, so price skimming. Anyone got an idea? It's like skim milk. Sort of. So, essentially, no?
Limited time, get through.
Keep going. So, price skimming is understanding when you change from being the only act doing it in the world to lots and lots of people are now doing it. When the first 4K TV came out, it was about $3,000 for that 4K TV. As other people started creating other 4K TVs, Samsung knew they had to start slashing the price. They had to start reducing the price in order to work with competitors. This is the same thing with every other act. Once you're unique, John Godbolt and the Human Trees, he's going to have to start price skimming now because there's like 20 other human trees now. I mean, they're all a bit shit compared, but they do exist. So you're going to have to start bringing your price down to where the market settles. Again, you can still always have a slightly higher price point as you're known as the original. You're never going to be something as generic as a 4K TV.
You could also, if you're worried about reducing your price and price skimming, reduce your price but then offer something else, or keep your price high and just offer extra.
Yeah, that's something we're coming on to, is how to keep your price high, actually, because no one wants to ever drop their price. And it's a very, very slippery slope to you're working for 20 quid and a packet of fags. Okay, so psychological pricing, you'll have seen this absolutely everywhere in the world. Psychological pricing is price points. This is me controlling your silence. So, psychological pricing, this is a way of fucking with people's brains. Now, there's been many studies on this, but essentially ending your price in a 6, a 9, or I believe a 3 fucks with people's brains for some reason. It doesn't make sense, but they perceive the price to be less than it actually is. Now, this is factual for pretty much any pricing system. I believe 6 is the best at the minute, or has had the most studies looked on it. So ending your price in a 6 can make your price appear, say, £100 cheaper than it actually is. So ending your price in 5, 6, 9 really fucks with people's brains for some reason, and they'll perceive it as being closer to 500 than to 600. It only works for a split second, but it can work. Now, the issue is, if you're working through agents, they're adding their percentage on top, your price will not be reflected then in the end sale price. So you need to be aware of that. You can't really ask the agent to always charge it with a 6 on the end. They're gonna look at you like you're a weirdo. Sorry,
I was trying to figure out how much I should charge for what I do in general for like a full day, and my name's Demon Child and I do Sword Swallow, so I was thinking the other night top of those guys.
666.
Yes.
Yeah. That is a super good promotional price as well, because that creates this area of, yeah, you always know she's 666, and you always know that price, it's rememberable. That is a huge marketing thing as well as a price. That's how you can use a bit of like clever games as well with your pricing. So promotional pricing. Everyone obviously knows what promotional pricing is, right? Yeah? So offering a sale, offering a discount. Now, yeah, offering 25% off. Now, this generally doesn't work for being performers. You don't want to offer sales and things like that. If anything, you want to do the reverse and increase your price around busy times of the year when you know there's a high demand for artists, such as New Year's Eve. If you're not charging double rate and triple rates, yeah, you do it. So with promotional pricing, though, you can really utilize it on your websites. So, say your actual price is £400, let's say £406, and you say on your website, offer now on sale for the next 3 days, reduced down from 550 to 406. You know, you can get one of those little ticking clock things that shows it counting down to 0, and it just, whenever you refresh the page, it goes back to thingy. So you're not going to catch someone totally off guard by that, but little influences like that can really help. As well as that air of, oh, I have to do it. I have to push. You push them to make that decision really quickly then.
Any site that does that to me, I spot it straight away and I instantly click away. Because to me,
That's totally fine.
And so just be aware that I think
That's-
most people aren't saying.
That's totally fine. Maybe not everyone's as intelligent, but it works on a mass scale.
I was also about to say, I've been reading books on this kind of like psychological influencing, and even if you go, I know they're just trying to trick me with the
£9.99 price, you still respond to it, and this is based on studies. So even if you're like, yeah, you can get me, you probably already got.
Yeah, my side hustle is House of Fraser, and we've been brought out by Sports Direct, and the delivery comes in with sales stickers on it.
Yeah.
It was never being sold for the full price.
Yeah.
It comes in with the sales stickers.
Well, it's also, you automatically have a higher price point and you expect to sell it for a lower price. Now, a lot of companies do that is they put an extra margin on top of their price, expecting to give a discount to customers. If the customer doesn't ask for the discount, sweet, you earn more money. If they do ask for a discount, you can make them feel really special. You can make them feel so good about themselves. You know, we never normally give people this discount, but for you, we can give you 100 quid off. How about that? And then you say, actually, I'll give you 2 sets of stilt walking for that 100 quid you just saved. You know, you kept your price point exactly where you wanted it. You kept your margin there, and you just tricked them. You made them feel so loved, and then you spent their money for them. Did you have a question?
I was going to say that anything like that, I've been told to put on an invoice, like 10% off and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can do.
Just to remind them that you're being.
Remind them of that discount. Remind them that you're giving them this special price.
So they can see what the original fee is as well, so they don't always expect that.
Yeah, these are at the end of the day all sales tactics pushed into your pricing strategy. Now, loss lead pricing with performing can get a bit squirrely. Now, loss lead pricing is pricing yourself at such a cheap rate that you essentially make a loss. Now, a lot of computer companies do this. The idea is once you're through the door, once you're buying that product anyway, they upsell the hell out of you. Groupon, exactly. Groupon's a great example. They give you this huge cheap offer, and then before you know it, you're ending up with a 4-person family ticket. You don't even have any kids. So that's an idea for loss lead pricing, is you could advertise yourself as, again, this only works for directs. Agents are going to see this straight through. But say if you advertise yourself doing stilt walking 100 quid, but by the end of it, they've ended up spending 400 quid with you because you've ended up upselling and upselling and upselling. Now, to upsell them, you've got to have your finger on the pulse for it, though. If you're getting messed around by these clients, then you can end up screwed and agreeing to doing stilt walking for £100, right? Now, does anyone know what anchor pricing is? No?
Consistent.
No? Okay. So there's a pen, I'll explain a bit about anchor pricing. So, anchor pricing.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm going to use 2 different methods here in the same way. So, I have my anchor price. My anchor price is a larger price. This is a package that I never expected to sell. I believe Mark actually spoke about this yesterday. Anchor price basically creates the perception of, wow, that's really expensive. I'll go for the middle one. So, say we have our anchor price, £1,000. The reason I use £1,000 there is because £1,000 is a really feasible number in your head. It's not messing with your psychology, it appears expensive instantly.
Are these numbers visible on the website?
They can be.
I'm the most expensive, therefore it's like a show off thing in loads of
Exactly.
So you never put your prices on negative review.
I would put your price on. I don't see an issue with putting your price on. Like,
Yeah, I've seen it's clear, but then I think people are so keen to write phone calls. You know, so they think that they can secure more.
yes, but having your price on a website as well gets rid of all the taff. It gets rid of all the riffraff, doesn't it? Like, if I don't want people calling me with a 50 quid budget. Yeah.
I've always charged way more.
But have you got any figures on any of the above?
No.
And I don't quote on the phone either because there's no paper trail. I only ever quote on email.
Yeah. So I'd say a live network is probably the exact opposite to you though, there, where a live network have every single price. And if you ever want to research the price of an act, a live network's great for it because they've got every single price on there.
Okay.
I believe Scarlett stopped doing it. a live network's the best resource for it. So the next number in this is 669. 669. Nice, easy, conceptual number. This price bracket here, this difference is quite large. I want it to be quite large. This makes the anchor text appear more expensive than this. Now, your next package is 600. So, for these three numbers, I've created an anchor here. This anchor makes these two prices appear cheaper. What I've also done is tricked people into always picking the middle one. Now, the reason they'll do that is because if they're spending 600 quid, why would they not spend an extra 70 quid? Now, the way you do this is by offering huge value for money here and no value for money here. So this is your price for stilt walking. This is your price for stilt walking, walkabout, and a show. This is your price for 2 shows, a walkabout, and a stilt walking. Yeah? So if you advertise those prices, the psychology behind it means you will always sell that middle pricing. I know, Mark, you did actually mention that you often sell your up price as well.
Yeah. Because
Yeah?
my business model is doing so many, even my top price isn't that high. So obviously there's a luxury kids party market that I just hooked into.
Yeah.
I did it as a marketing ploy, but then people were like, oh yeah.
I want a luxury kids party.
And now, yeah, so it's, I don't know. I mean, I suppose that you just keep putting it up until you find that it's genuine, never getting booked. Is that what you've done, Josh?
What, I just keep putting up that price?
Would you, if it was getting
If it's getting booked, I would generally then think all my prices need to come up. I would just push everything up, I think.
And you'd use an algorithm to work out a point where it's like diminishing returns. Does that make sense? Like you keep going up
Well,
and competing slightly less and you just...
Yeah, you'd have a look at, say, is my income staying the same, but am I doing the same amount of jobs? Am I doing less jobs, but my income keeps going up? Then that's a good thing. You want to do less gigs, but you want to earn more. So you'd keep putting your price up to that point where you figure out, okay, now my income starts decreasing at this point. You know you've hit your